Welcome back, guys, to Wondour as we continue our video series with Miss Emily Chandler, the CEO and founder of Spectrum Product Solutions. I'm excited for you guys to be able to hear the step-by-step guide on exactly from A to Z on how to build your product. With that being said, for those of us that haven't met me quite yet, my name is James Hsu. I am the CEO and co-founder of VRLU. VRLU is a 360 VR personal development platform that is totally awesome.
It's very cool.
If you haven't seen it yet. How are you today, Emily?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Our audience, including most of all myself, loves sitting down with you and just chit-chatting and talking about business and metrics of how
I love it.
Things work. It's an exciting time and an exciting place. Today, I wanted to talk about what most people have been asking me on our community line. And by the way, if you are not a part of our community, text us at 702-602-8802. Again, it's 702-602-8802. So if you have any questions at any time while me and Miss Emily Chandler are talking, all you have to do is literally text that exact question, no matter how long it is, and send it to that number, and then that question will be answered in a future video, or Miss Emily Chandler will reach out to you depending on how you got us your question. The number one question everyone's been asking me is the step-by-step on if you have an idea,
yes,
what is the actual process from where it goes, because they see a video and of course who doesn't love the idea of 2, 3, 4, 10xing a business.
Sure.
And, you know, I always get so excited talking about that, and that is exciting, but the reality is there is a boatload of work. But that's why Spectrum is here, because as we've been talking, a normal person usually doesn't even have the time. They have this idea of how they can have a product, but they just don't have the time, the means, the man or woman or person power to take it to reality.
Certainly.
So this is where you come in, and I've often said this to you about you at the gym. Petite, so you're like Emily's like an iPhone. She's petite, but she's an iPhone where she's powerful as hell, and you know, you've been growing your muscles physically and in the brain for the past 20 years in this business. So you literally know the ins and outs of everything there is to this.
Still learning though, still learning.
We're always learning.
Yes.
So let's get into it. Emily Chandler, I come to you.
Okay.
I say I want to do and today as an example, we'll just say a supplement.
Okay.
I have a protein powder that are gonna get these muscles big.
Okay.
What do we do? How do we do it? Walk me through the process from here, an idea, to I have product in my warehouse or office.
Well, first of all, congratulations. I'm so excited that you're ready to launch your product line.
Thank you.
You've already done the hardest part, which is getting your idea, getting an idea of what you want. I would recommend doing a little research, get prepared, know what your customers are looking for, know your competition. And then from there, find stuff that you like. Go shopping. Go to GNC, go to the health food store, find other products that you like to use. If there's a marketing ingredient that really is attractive to you or that you know that your customers are going to respond to, bring that to me. Next step is I'll get you some samples, and we'll start working with formulators to get the taste right or get the ingredient list right. Simultaneously, if you have any special packaging needs, or if you have a really unique idea for a glass bottle or something different, I'll start researching that for you and send you samples of that. And then we'll also start working on your design. If you have a logo, that's great. If not, I can help you work through that process as well and get your packaging and design ready and start talking about quantities and production and get it going. And that's basically it.
Back in the day, about 10 years ago, the hottest thing in the world was acai.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right, acai.
Yes.
If you take acai,
yes,
you're gonna be healthy. Ding. Right, that was the thing about acai.
Yes.
Every time there's a new trend that comes out into the marketplace when it comes to health and wellness, do you recommend to jump on that, make some money on that, or do you really need to look at it in the long term and just go with if matcha is your thing, or matcha also was a trend too for a long time, or goji berry, or the wolf berry, right? There's just always these trendy fruits, things like that. So yeah, tell me, how do you feel about that? Is it smarter to jump on the bandwagon with that at the time being, or looking at it in the long term and doing something different?
In my experience, if something's already trending, you're too late. Nice. Because production takes a long time, a couple months at least, especially if you're working on a formula from scratch, you're already too late. So the acai boat has sailed. But you and I know that mostly everything is marketing. So if we're telling you that you need to buy this or that product or this or that supplement, then that's what people are going to buy. So I think do what you're passionate about. If you use something and you like something, or if you're passionate about this or that thing, do that. Because it's going to be genuine. It'll come from you.
So tell me, when acai is trending, does that actually work, or is it like, what is that?
People bought a lot of that
they
product,
did.
so I guess it did work, yeah.
Okay, so that's just not a thing. It just happens to be trending at that time, so you can still get the same benefits today.
Yeah.
Taking acai.
Yeah.
It's just that the momentum behind the hype behind it is
sure.
on the marketing machine is less.
I agree, yeah.
Someone sits down with you and then they tell you these specific ingredients, this is what I want. Then on the bottling and how you want the packaging, how do you tell someone like what they need to do? Is it whatever they say fits in their budget?
It depends on the business. It's because every business owner is at a different place financially, or if you're right at the beginning of your business and you're still growing your client base, maybe you want to keep your quantity smaller. If you have a well-established business with thousands of clients, then maybe we start with a big order. So it really depends on where the client is at.
So after packaging, design, got my bottle, got my formula, we're good on that. What's next?
Ordering your raw materials, which I handle everything for that, and then production. Depending on the manufacturer that we're working with, I will go there physically to make sure that everything is looking up to snuff, that the quality is there, that your capsules are being encapsulated correctly, that the packaging looks right, and that everything's done correctly. That's one thing that my dad taught me, was you gotta physically go down there, put your eyes on the product, and let them know that I'm here to make sure this turns out really, really beautifully.
So how long does it take to actually get my product typically after you've checked everything out, everything looks good? How long is that process?
Unfortunately, lately, with the state of the world and how the supply chain has been affected by COVID, from the time you submit a PO to when you have a finished product is about 8 weeks.
And then is there a typical, I guess, minimum order that you recommend for a client to?
I guess it just depends on the client. If I would recommend that businesses kind of look at the amount of product that's realistic for them to move, and then take a look at the price points and see what's realistic to fit into their budget. So it really just depends on where you're at, how much capital you have to invest into this project, and what kind of product you're looking to sell.
So clients now, 8 weeks later, they're going to have a product in 8 weeks. They finally went through this entire process with you from A to Z. They did a lot of tasting. They figured out the packaging, the design. They think it looks sexy.
Yes.
They love everything. They put in their first PO, and they can probably expect that in something like 8 weeks, depending, of course, nothing to do with you or even the company doing it. It's more of where the world state is, at least at the time of this recording is. During that 8th week span though, which I guess what I would say is in my repertoire, if I could say that, is the marketing arm.
Yes.
You know, no matter how good a product is, no matter how good a business is, no matter how good tacos are, no matter how good anything is, without that marketing side and getting genuine word of mouth, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about how you recommend, how they go about preparing themselves for the marketing side?
During that production time period, I encourage clients to just really work on their messaging, especially if it's a new offering that you've never offered your clients before. Like, we've never had a product that we've offered our client base. Really start to get people ramped up about that and spend that time building the hype. And so you can have a big product launch when your product is ready.
Yeah, and that way you can get rid of, I don't know if that's even the proper wording, but you can push as much of that product right from the get-go.
Yes.
That way, for anyone who may be a little apprehensive sometimes, you're like, you know, just like a restaurant, there is a cost to a restaurant.
Sure.
The first thing is you need to buy X amount of food just to be prepared.
Yes.
Same thing with product development. You spend so much time, energy, and money into putting it into this product that you truly believe in, that's gonna help someone in their gains or whatever it's supposed to do.
Yes.
Really ramping that up and really making sure, don't forget guys, you already have, because, you know, at least in my experience, people are nervous to ask people for money.
Yes.
And then people are even more nervous to ask for more money.
Right.
You know, they're like, well, I'm already charging $100 or whatever.
Sure.
You know, now I'm trying to get $150.
Sure.
Now I'm trying to get $250.
Right.
And, you know, the biggest thing that I've always told people is, if you truly believe in a product, which is what I love about Spectrum, is you're investing so much time into working with Emily into this product that you've put in. Just the shipping part was the 8 weeks, or I'm talking about you probably put in, how long do you think, from A to if everything just went normally and it went through the normal 8-week process, what do you think an average client?
If you add the research and development
Everything.
part on the front, I'd say to launch a really solid product, you're looking at about 6 months.
Okay, so you put in 6 months to really have deliverables ready for you. And those deliverables, don't forget, because of doing this, you can now double, triple, quadruple, and it could even go crazy from there of how much revenue you're gonna see now because of adding this product without extra work you're having to do because of your existing product line. And that 6 months of time and energy now has to be backed by the courage, if you will, to ask your clients and to push it forward. And not just to have it in the background, but to actually push for it. You know, where you and I work out, it tracks our heartbeats, and that the product tracks our heartbeat to make sure that where we're at and if we're working hard enough. And, you know, in my personal opinion, before they didn't even require people to buy it. And then you and I started working out. I don't know if you knew this. Now it's required.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So at the beginning,
that's really smart.
It wasn't. Yes, it wasn't even required. And I wanted to share this with you because when I first started working out, where me and Emily work out prior to that, you didn't have to buy the heart tracker. Guess how many people were using the heart tracker?
Nobody.
Not much at all, hardly. Now, all new people, they're required to. So Emily, the way she came in, her culture was, the culture of the gym that we work out, it was just a normal thing. So they told her, oh, you just buy this. Guess what she did?
Bought it.
She bought it. And so that gives you just a tip on, it's the new environment, how someone's brought in is how someone's gonna take it.
Certainly.
So once you have your product, you really gotta push it out there. And once you push it, people are gonna love your product, especially once people find out what's been done to make this product become reality. People appreciate that.
Yes, and I think one cool thing that Spectrum offers is that I don't want clients to worry about the product development process. That's what I do. That's why I'm here to help. All you need to do is believe in yourself, promote your product, promote your business, and we'll take care of the rest. So at the end of the period when your product is ready, it's turnkey. You don't have to worry about anything. We've done all the work for you.
You know, out of sight, out of mind. Meaning, once you have your product, if people can't see it, it's not gonna go where. But if you just put it out there, amazing things truly can happen, and especially with all the time and energy you can put into your product. Someone comes out with a product, they do an amazing push, everything's great. Are you out of the picture now? Where does Emily and Spectrum lie now?
No, I am still in the picture. I am there for all your orders, reorders, any tweaks you want to make to packaging, updates to anything. We want to change a marketing ingredient or something here or there. I am here to continue to do those fulfillments.
Is that a normal thing when someone does their first pallet of 5,000 units, 10,000 units? Is it common for them to change labels? And is this a big deal when they do their next order, or is it very simple?
It's not common, but working with entrepreneurs, they're very creative and they're always trying to find the next best thing. So in that way, it's not uncommon. And no, it's not a big deal. If you are smart about the way you do your ordering, which is what I do, I have a lot of experience in that, it's not a big deal to tweak an ingredient here or there, or change your packaging, or find a different vendor for this or that thing. That's what I do.
Do you have any personal opinions on the idea of branding is keeping something the same? McDonald's, no matter where you are, it tastes the same. It doesn't change.
Sure.
Do you have any advice for your clients that if they are branding their business and they keep on changing it, do you say anything about that? About like, oh, maybe you should keep the branding consistent? And I'm not talking about ingredients, I'm talking about just the branding itself. Do you have any opinions on that?
Oh, I definitely think keep your branding consistent. If you have a logo, people know that logo. Even if you hate it, I would stick with it until you're at a place where, like that car brand Kia just did a huge rebranding. And it's still, every time I see that logo, I'm kind of like, wait, what? So even for a humongous brand like that, it's jarring to see not the one that I'm used to. So I would encourage people to, stick with your branding, even if it's not your favorite, until you have enough money and marketing power to where clients are gonna be like, oh, that's right.
Which is interesting because someone could see a mega company as, even though Kia, I don't think they're the top 5 of most sold cars in the world. I would probably consider them a top 10, 15, 20, something like that. But it is interesting because they still do have their loyal brand customers. But even them, when you just change something as simple, like you just said, that could deter people. But on the inverse, it also could make people think, oh, is this a new car company?
Yes.
What is this?
Yes.
That logo is more luxurious.
Right.
Is this a new luxury car company?
Yes.
And I feel like most cars nowadays, no matter what the brand is, they're good cars. Most cars now. There aren't really crappy cars anymore. You know, they're all gonna last you 100,000, 200,000 miles if you really want to do that. So even that's interesting when it comes to the branding. And so someone comes to you and then they build this product, you know, stick with that product, build it out, push it out, and really see where it goes from there.
Because it's a big gamble to change your branding, to change your marketing strategy. So I would recommend, if you have the money and if you've got the marketing power, then do it if it's something you believe in. But other than that, I would stick to consistent branding.
Do the campaigns and run.
Yes.
Emily, thank you so much. How do people get a hold of you?
Best way to find me is online, spectrumproductsolutions.com, or on Instagram or Facebook. And please reach out to me. I love talking to people, meeting new people, learning about their businesses and how I can help.
I love it. And don't forget, guys, if you have any questions for Emily, all you have to do is text Emily your question to 702-602-8802. Again, text her any question you have to 702-602-8802. Join our community, get yourself fully registered, send in that question, and then we'll be sure to answer that question in the next video. And I'm so excited for her to be able to answer those questions for you, just because it's not every day you can work with someone and ask someone questions that's been doing one specific thing for over 20 years. So she has a lot of tips and tricks that, you know, you might be able to get out of her.
Yes.
Which I definitely recommend.
I love helping people grow their business and create things.
And until our next episode, guys, do not forget to like and subscribe, do the YouTube algorithm thing. Help us out if you can. And until the next episode, we'll see everybody soon.